Soil and its types. Learning objectives. Soil. Formation of soil. Soil profile. Constituents of soil. Types of soil. Soil erosion. Soil conservation. Our Earth is unique because it is the only planet known to have plant and animal life on it. Life on Earth is possible because of the presence of three important things that support life. These are soil, water and air. Without any one of these, the Earth would have been a lifeless planet. The surface of the Earth is covered with land and water. The oceans and sea cover 71% of the total area of the Earth, and the continents together cover only 29% of it. The air surrounds the Earth like an envelope. This envelope of air is called the atmosphere. Atmosphere keeps the Earth's temperature quite constant. The Earth is tilted on its axis. It spins or rotates on its axis, completing one rotation in about 24 hours. While rotating on its axis, the Earth also moves around the Sun. The rotation of the Earth on its axis and its revolution around the Sun is responsible for many phenomena like day and night. Soil. We see soil every day. We live on soil. Earth's surface is covered by a layer of loose material called soil. Soil is the main component for any kind of vegetation to grow. Soil. Composition of soil. Soil is a mixture of many kinds of particles. These particles depend upon the type of rock from which it is formed. Basically, all soils consist of the following materials. 1. Inorganic materials. They are derived from the parental rock from which the soil is formed. 2. Organic materials. They are derived from the death and decomposition of plants and animals and their excreta. 3. Living organisms. Soils have various living organisms like earthworm, insects, bacteria, plants, etc. 4. Water. It is generally found in all types of soil. 5. Air. It is present in between the spaces of soil particles. It is required for respiration of living soil organisms. Formation of soil. It is a very slow process. It takes thousands of years to form a thin layer of soil. This process starts as soon as rock is exposed to air and water. Large rocks are weathered. The term weathering refers to the processes that break rocks into smaller particles. These are then carried away by water, wind, etc., and later get deposited in a new place. These soils are called transported soils. But when the soil is formed by the weathering of a parent rock and remains present on origin place, it is called residual soil. As time passes and weathering continues, soil forming process starts. Soils begin to develop in layers. These layers are called horizons. The rock from which soil develops is called the parent rock. Formation of soil. Agents of weathering. Some of the agents of weathering are as follows. Water plays an important role in weathering of rocks. When rain falls, water enters the crevices of rocks. In winter, this water freezes. Due to freezing, it expands and breaks the rocks. The loose rock particles are easily blown away by the strong wind. Thus, the wind is also an agent of weathering. The strong wind has the capacity to rub and scrape rocks, resulting in strangely shaped rocks. Mountain glaciers occur in high mountains like the Himalayas. As a glacier moves, it works like a bulldozer, grinding and plucking the rocks beneath it. Sand dunes. Along with the seashore, sea waves are the most powerful agents of weathering. The continuous striking of sea waves against rocks with a great force breaks the rocks. Large cracks may appear on the walls if roots of trees grow on or underneath the walls of a building. Weathering, spread over millions and millions of years, changes the land's surface features like mountains, hills, plateaus and plains on the earth. In case the weathered rock particles remain exposed for a long time, chemical as well as organic changes take place. These changes lead to the formation of soils. Seashore. Soil profile. What is soil profile? The vertical section of the soil from surface to the underlying rocks showing various layers or horizons is called soil profile. Soil profile has the following horizons. 1. Topsoil, A horizon. It is the uppermost horizon of the soil. It contains a lot of humus. It is most fertile, rich in organic matter and darker in color. Humus makes this layer porous and soft. This layer has more water holding capacity than the other layers. Roots absorb nutrients and water from this layer. Horizon A has roots of the plants, soil plants, flora, and soil animals, fauna. 2. Subsoil, B horizon. It is called mineral horizon. It is higher than horizon A. It contains clay, minerals and organic compounds. The minerals make the soil hard. It is lighter in color and is often gray or red. This layer is not suitable for plant growth. 3. Parent rock, C horizon. It has partly weathered parental rock called regolith. It lies above the bedrock. It contains no organic matter. However, minerals are found in this layer. 4. Bedrock. Bedrock is the hard, solid rock beneath surface materials such as soil and gravel. Bedrock also underlies sand and other sediments on the ocean floor. Bedrock is a consolidated rock, meaning it is solid and tightly bound. Overlaying material is often unconsolidated rock which is made of loose particles. Soil profile. Constituents of soil. Soil particles. Soil is a mixture of many kinds of particles. These particles can be divided into two groups, organic and inorganic. There are three main kinds of rock particles which occur in topsoil. These particles have different size and different color. I. Clay particles. It has the smallest size of particles less than 0.2 mm in diameter. These particles cannot be seen with naked eyes. They make the soil smooth. 2. Sand particles. It has particles larger than clay, diameter between 0.2 to 2.0 mm in diameter. You can see single sand particles. 3. Gravel particles. Topsoil also has small stones called gravel. It has the largest size of particles greater than 2.0 mm in diameter. According to the size of particles, soil is of three types, namely sandy soil, clayey soil and loamy. 1. Sandy soil. It consists of 85% sand and 15% clay. The water holding capacity of sandy soil is very poor. There is lot of air present in this type of soil. It is not suited for the growth of plants because it does not have much humus and water. Sandy soil. 2. Clayey soil. It consists of particles less than 0.002 mm in size. It contains 50% clay, less than 50% silt and a little sand. It may be A. Sandy clay, 50 to 70% sand, 10 to 15% silt, 30 to 50% clay. B. Clay loam, 20 to 50% sand, 20 to 50% silt, no clay. This soil has very good water holding capacity. This type of soil is suited for the growth of plants because clayey soils are rich in minerals. Clayey soil. 3. Loamy soil. It consists of 30 to 50% sand, 30 to 50% silt, less than 20% clay, 10 to 15% humus. It has good water holding capacity. It also has adequate spaces between the soil particles. Therefore, loamy soil is the best soil for growing plants. Loamy soil. Activity 6.1. Dig a square pit in a field and place it into a glass jar. Fill it with about 500 cc of water and stir the contents of the jar with a rod. Allow it to settle down. Now observe from the side of the jar. You will notice that the largest soil particles called gravel will settle at the bottom. The grains of sand are settled above gravel. The top layer consists of clay. Finally, you will find humus which floats on the top of water. Mineral salts in the soil. Soil is the loose particles of rocks which are made up of minerals. These minerals are salts of iron, calcium, potassium, magnesium, and phosphorus. These minerals are used by plants for their growth. Water in the soil. Water absorption and retention capacity of soils depends upon its texture and humus content. You have read that on the basis of size of particles, soils are three types. Water absorption and water holding capacity of the soil differ from soil to soil. Sandy soil, water absorption and water holding capacity is very poor. Clayey soil, this soil holds a lot of water. Loamy soil, these soils are used for crops as their water holding capacity is good. Activity 6.2. To find out the water retaining capacity of clay or sand. Take 2 graduated jars and 2 funnels lined with a filter paper in each. Take equal quantities of clay and sand in a dry state and put them in the funnels already placed on the jars. Now pour 300 milliliters of water in each funnel. You will see that water will start dripping. Collect the water in the jar. What do you conclude? You will see that clayey soil has very high water retaining capacity and sandy soil allows little water to drain through. Air in the soil. Air is also present in the soil in the spaces between the soil particles. The roots of plant absorb air to breathe. It is also needed for soil organisms to survive. The amount of air present depends upon the type of soil. Activity 6.3. Take a flowering plant pot and put some soil in it. Pour water into the soil. You will notice bubbles coming up. Where do these bubbles come from? This activity shows that there was air trapped in the soil and is escaped to form bubbles. Humus. Humus is added to the soil by decaying leaves of plants. Excreta of animals and human beings is also added to the soil. After decaying, they are called humus. It makes the soil fertile and improves its water holding capacity. Living organisms. You have known that soil has variety of living organisms. The animals living in the soil are insects, ants, centipedes, millipedes, fungi, bacteria and earthworm. Big animals like moles, roots, rabbits also live inside the soil. Earthworm is known as farmer's friend. It makes burrows into the soil, thus mixing the soil well. It provides organic substances to the soil. Bacteria and fungi in the soil depend on dead animals and plants for their food. Some bacteria convert nitrogen of the air into nitrogen compounds. Types of soil. In India we have 4 major types of soil: alluvial soil, black soil, red soil and laterite soil. Map_major soil types of India. Alluvial soil. It is found across a large part of the country. It is mainly confined to the river basins and coastal plains. This type of soil is very fertile and forms major agricultural land of the country. Alluvial soil. Black soil. It is found in Deccan Plateau. This type of soil is confined to some parts of Gujarat, Maharashtra, and Karnataka. This soil has an ability to retain moisture and become sticky when wet. It is particularly suitable for cotton crops. Black soil. Red soil. Red soils are reddish due to the presence of iron in it. These soils are found in Peninsular Plateau region. They are highly porous, fine-grained and deep. Red soil. Laterite soil. It is found over the hill slopes of Peninsular Plateau. The laterite soil is found in the regions of heavy rainfall. Apart from these 4 types, Desert and mountain soils are found in their respective regions. Laterite soil. Soil erosion. The removal of superficial, top, layer of soil by various agencies or factors is called soil erosion. Various agencies that remove or carry away the topsoil include water and wind. These factors are called natural agencies. 1. By water. 2. By wind. 1. Soil erosion by water. Usually during rains, the rainwater carries lot of soil along with it. The soil is carried from one place and is deposited at another. The water in rivers rushes down the hills with great force and it cuts soil, which is deposited on the plains. The soil deposited by rivers is very fertile and is called silt. Soil erosion by water. 2. Soil erosion by wind. During hot and dry summer season, it is seen that winds blow very speedily and carry away the dry soil with them. They deposits the soil at some other place. Thus soil erosion takes place in areas where land is not covered by vegetation. Soil erosion by wind. Causes of soil erosion. 1. Rainwater, river water, running water. 2. Strong winds, storms, etc. 3. Uncovered soil, i.e., soil without vegetation. 4. Felling of trees, deforestation. 5. Overgrazing. 6. Various activities of human beings and animals, grazing animals, etc. Effects of soil erosion. 1. Loss of fertile soil, i.e., the soil loses its fertility. 2. Poor crop production, causes famines. 3. Poor vegetation, poor population of living organisms in the soil. 4. Formation of barren lands, deserts, etc. Human activities that cause soil erosion. 1. Deforestation or felling of trees. The removal of forest trees in large numbers for various needs is called deforestation. Deforestation is done for the following. I. Procurement of timber. Large parts of forest lands are cleared for obtaining timber for building works, furniture making, etc. Deforestation. 2. For making farmland, it is more dangerous in hilly areas. The tree cover on the hills softens rain's impact, prevents flash floods and stops landslides. 3. Urbanization, industrialization, etc. Extensive plowing. 2. Extensive plowing and tilling. Extensive plowing and tilling of field in order to feed a growing population. 3. Overgrazing of animals. Overgrazing of animals removes soil when shepherds let their animals graze in fields. 4. Digging of soil. Digging of soil at construction sites, etc. Prevention of soil erosion. Soil erosion can be controlled by the following measures. 1. Increasing vegetation on denuded or open uncovered lands. 2. Greater areas should be brought under cultivation. 3. The plants that survive in dry and hot climates should be planted in desert zones. 4. Where trees have to be cut in forests, deforestation, they must be replaced by planting saplings, afforestation. 5. Preventing overgrazing. 6. Construction of dams and embankments on rivers. 7. Making green belts, planting trees in a belt. 8. Making terraces or furrows on hills. 9. Growing plants in large numbers. The roots of plants bind the soil together and prevent soil erosion. Left to itself, the nature achieves a balance between erosion and the natural growth of the soil zone. Dams. Terraces on hills. Soil conservation. The process by which the soil erosion is checked is called soil conservation. Since afforestation is the single most important remedy for soil erosion, all efforts must be made to cover about 1/4 of the total land area with trees and plants. Soil is a natural resource which covers much of the land on our earth. It is our most important natural resource. It is useful to us in the following ways. Soil erosion. All plants grow in the topsoil. They get minerals, water and air from the soil. A large number of minerals are found in the soil. These minerals are obtained by digging out the earth and extracted metals such as iron, gold, silver, etc. Some of the common minerals found in the soil are saltpeter, rock salt, gypsum, bauxite, hematite, calcite. We depend on the soil for various purposes, such as food, clothing and shelter. Much of our clothing crops such as cotton and jute are grown in soil. All food crops and plants are also grown in the soil. Planting in soil. Organisms in soil. Soil also provides us raw material for the construction of building, roads, bridges, industries, dams, etc. Soil provides a good habitat for various organisms. These organisms form humus and make the soil fertile. Rainwater that seeps through the soil collects above the bedrock. This water is pumped out for domestic or agricultural use. Soil bedrock. Keywords. Weathering, the breaking down of rocks into smaller pieces by the natural forces. Humus, decomposed and decayed remains of plants and animals. Silt, particles of soil larger than the clay particles. Climate, the average weather conditions of a place. Summary. The surface of the earth is covered by land and water. The oceans and sea cover 71% of the total area of the earth and the continents together cover only 29% of it. The fact that summers are hot and winters cold is directly a result of vertical and slanting rays of the sun. Soil is made up of mineral particles, humus, air, water and living organisms. Earth's surface is covered by a layer of loose materials called soil. Formation of soil is a very slow process. It takes thousands of years to form a thin layer of soil. The vertical section of the soil from surface to the underlying rocks showing various layers or horizons is called soil profile. Soil has three main layers: topsoil, A horizon, subsoil, B horizon, and parent rock, C horizon. Bedrock is the hard, solid rock beneath surface materials like soil and gravel. According to the size of particles, soil is of three types, namely, sandy soil, clayey soil and loamy soil. In India we have four major types of soil: alluvial soil, black soil, red soil and laterite soil.